Hi, Barbara Friedberg here, former portfolio manager, university investments instructor, and decades-long investor. Today, we're going to be talking about how robo-advisors work and whether they are the right investment managers for you. This video is perfect if you're thinking about investing with a robo-advisor but want to know a little bit more about the details. We'll cover how a robo-advisor works, who benefits from investing with a robo-advisor, and then the details of how you begin investing and what they offer. And then we'll wrap up with, should I use a robo-advisor? Real disclosure here, I happen to have accounts with M1 Finance, and I am invested with them, as well as Schwab Intelligent Portfolios. So clearly, not only do I like robo-advisors, but I use them as well. So, what is a robo-advisor? Simply put, it's an investment manager. They use computer programs to professionally invest your money. And they do that by first off asking you a few questions about your time frame, your goals, and when you expect to retire. And then after that, they come up with the appropriate investment mix of stocks, bonds, and maybe other types of investments to fit your particular needs. Oh, and I almost forgot, they also consider your comfort level with risk, because that's really important, because stocks and bonds do go up and down in value, and you don't want to be stuck in a really risky portfolio if you can't tolerate a loss in your investments once in a while. So the first step in investing with a robo-advisor is the quiz. Everybody takes a robo-advisor quiz before starting out with their robo-advisor. And it typically asks you a few questions, such as how old you are, how much money you have, what are your goals, what is your timeline, and then how much risk you think you can afford and tolerate. And from your answers, you will receive a diversified investment portfolio of investments that fit what you have said. So the investments will be something like this. And this is a sample of the type of investments that you might get if you invested with a Betterment robo-advisor. They cover stock market investments, like a total stock market investment, different styles of investing, as well as international stock market investments. Then some bond type investments from municipal, high quality corporate bonds, government bonds, and some robo-advisors also give access to real estate investing or commodities or other types of varieties. Then what are the services? Okay, so you've got your investment portfolio. Great. What comes next? Why are these so great? And why shouldn't you just buy a bunch of investments and put them in your portfolio yourself and manage them yourself? And that's actually a really good question. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But one of the things that all robo-advisors do for you is they rebalance your portfolio. And let me tell you, that's not as easy as it sounds. As we mentioned in the beginning, the robo-advisor algorithm comes up with a mix or an asset allocation of stocks versus bonds, depending on the inputs you gave for your quiz. And typically, if you're a young investor with a relative comfort with risk, you might have an 80% stock versus a 20% bond portfolio. But over the year, maybe stocks go up a little bit faster than bonds. And if that's the case, you might end up at the end of the year with a portfolio that has 85 or 90% stocks. In order to keep that from happening and to keep your investment mix in check, the robo-advisor does something called rebalancing, which is sell some stocks and buy some more bonds to get you back to your 80%, 20% investment portfolio. And that ensures that your investments stay in line with your risk tolerance and your goals. That's really important. And then if you have a taxable account, the robo-advisor might offer tax loss harvesting. And that is simply a strategy to reduce your overall taxes. And that's great because if you're reducing your taxes, you're in essence putting more money into your own pocket. Now, you might think a robo-advisor is all about algorithms and computers, but today the trend is to have many robo-advisors that offer human advice as well. In fact, some of my favorites, SoFi Invest and Betterment, both have access to human financial advisors. And that is great if you have a few questions here and there, or if you want regular contact with a financial advisor on an ongoing basis. And fees for these add-ons vary depending on the robo-advisor. And then, of course, there are specialty type robo-advisors for certain types of investors. For example, Bloom is a robo-advisor that only manages your 401k and your retirement account, or IRAs, other type of retirement accounts. And Elevist is a robo-advisor that is designed especially with the needs of women. But Elevest, of course, doesn't require that you be a woman to invest. So what about the fees and investment minimums? Some robo-advisors do not charge investment management fees. For example, M1 Finance and SoFi Invest have plans where you can invest and get your rebalancing done fee-free. Now, let's just understand, though, that the investments held within that account will have small fund management fees. Other robo-advisors offer special financial tools and resources, calculators, help with budgeting, retirement planning, and many of them are also offering banking-like services. So you might get money, a debit card, you might get a high-yield cash account, lending, the opportunity to borrow against the value of your account. So a lot of other bells and whistles, and these all vary per robo-advisor. But don't get confused, because we have access for you to not only a robo-advisor quiz to help you choose the right robo-advisor for you, we also have a free comparison chart that lays out the basic features of all the robo-advisors. So if you're interested in these offers, you can certainly get them from the information below the screen. We'll wrap up with a couple of questions and then decide if a robo-advisor is right for you or not. Can you trust them? Are they safe? Most robo-advisors use the same type of security that your bank does. So if you trust your bank, you should feel comfortable using a robo-advisor. How are robo-advisors taxed? Well, if your robo-advisor account is in a retirement account, then you won't pay taxes until you withdraw the money. With a Roth, of course, you never pay taxes after the investments are within the account, because you've already paid taxes on the money that you use to fund that Roth IRA account. With your taxable brokerage robo-advisor, well, you get tax forms and they'll tell you how much dividends, interest, and capital gains you will owe. Can you lose money with robo-advisors? Well, if you know anything about investing, the benefit of investing is that when you put your money with companies that are growing within the US and abroad, you can benefit from their growth with higher returns. Since probably 100 years ago, in fact, stock market investments have earned close to 10%. But within that time period, there are 10% average per year. But within that time period, there are some years where, yes, your stock market investments will lose money, and or your bond market investments might lose money. In general, in 7 out of 10 years, stock market investment returns tend to be positive. But in approximately 3 out of those 10 years, your investments might lose money. Now, in reality, until you sell, you don't, in fact, lose anything. It's when you sell your investments that you realize those losses. So should you use a robo-advisor? The people that should use a robo-advisor are those that want professionally managed investment portfolios. Robo-advisors are ideal for new investors who want to get started in the financial markets. Many of them have very low investment minimums and very low fees. Seasoned investors like myself might choose to use a robo-advisor to simplify their investment management for a portion of their portfolio. Retirees might like an income stream or the special help that many robo-advisors offer to them. In fact, United Income is a robo-advisor designed especially for retirees. And then, for example, you have M1 Finance, which is ideal for individuals who would like a robo-advisor and pre-made investment portfolios, but also would like the opportunity to pick and choose stocks and funds on their own and invest them as well. And that's all included under the same umbrella at M1 Finance. So thanks so much for stopping by. I am so happy to talk to you about robo-advising. In the show notes, you will get links to a variety of different resources that will help you in your retirement, in your investing, and in your robo-advisor selection. You'll also be able to access our free robo-advisor comparison chart. And if you click on some of the links, there is a possibility they might be an affiliate link, which means I might get a small commission if you sign up for the program. So thanks so much for stopping by. I'm Barbara Friedberg, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.